Winds with you, my friends. Timothy Biscuit here to share a little news I've heard on the grapevine. Oh, grapes. Now I'm hungry. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, I'm excited to share with you that Break, Battle, and Roll now has a website and merch store. A central hub where you can listen to episodes, view recent posts, and even check out some nifty BBR-themed items for sale. They've even got stuff with me on it. I know! I couldn't believe it either. Check us out at www.breakbattleroll.com. Uh-oh, it's time for me to go. I think the barkeep's about to start the show.
Welcome to the Nexus of Adventure, where stories transcend the page, a place where heroes and villains clash. This is Break, Battle, and Roll. It's once again time to break, battle, and roll. Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're here. Hope you're excited for this upcoming episode. I'm
gonna die!
Barkeep Dungeon Master Aaron Rollins. Are you okay over there, Chad?
Timothy, are you
I'm
alright?
fine. It's that bird that's freaking out.
Well, speaking of that bird, let me introduce you to the voice of the ever so inspiration generous bard, Chad Stafford.
Oh, just a bard on the high seas that's full of miseries. It's Timothy Biscuit.
Oh, when is he not anxious?
There's no in between. It is full throttle or nothing at all.
That's right. It's like sleep or full throttle anxious. Oh, how about the new voice of reason, strong enough to even motivate Lord Galago, Janelle Wilkie.
Oh, hello there. Yes, this fight doesn't look like it's going to be a picnic, but I brought seaweed sandwiches.
And chairs to stand on, apparently.
Yeah, and to fall off of if you're Lord Galago.
You guys must be very confident about your sea legs if that's the case. All right, and how about the bark and bite behind Praxel's newest pal icon, Dustin Bleshmet?
Sherman Jeopard here, and I'm about to do something impulsive and dangerous.
No, Sherman, don't.
Don't jump, Sherman, don't.
Just kidding, I'll jump with you. Both just burn and die in the ocean.
Well, this campaign is over fast.
And suddenly Timothy met two new heroes on his adventures.
Herman Jeopard, the lost littermate.
And Crowdy Flower.
Her brother?
I just realized to get Herman Jeopard, I just drop the S. That's easy.
That's true.
Wow.
Herman
Flowerkraut's buff sister.
Well, what happened to the S,
Flowerkraut.
Dustin? Oh, it swam away.
It sunk.
It lost into the sea. Where all the other S's go.
So, tune in to episode 20 through 25 when suddenly Aaron uses the fact that I made this joke against me.
All right, guys. Well, on our last break, battle, and roll, our heroes prepare to head to Mogeet with Amelia, but not before running into Lord Galago on the streets of Wallach, still rubbing his sore feet from all of the magical dancing compliments of Jive Horse. He tells the party that he plans to join them on their trip north to the port. However, with the town still in a state of disarray, Timothy, Flowerkraut, and Sherman convince Galago to stay and be the leader the townfolk need. Timothy even goes as far as to strum a little inspiration into the old buffoon's ears. It works, and Lord Galago stands up tall on a chair to try his damnedest to provide leadership to Wallach.
Went from a 4-foot stature to a solid 4.5 feet.
The party meets up with the priestess of Miriam, and they set off for Mogeet, along with a handful of farmers transporting what fruit exports they can spare. Jive Horse makes an appearance off in the distance, seeming to have become an icon on Praxel, bringing chill vibes to all as the dire situation resolves around them.
Making a killing on Cameo, too.
Yeah. How much are we paying him?
I had to pay like $50 for him to give me a little sup nod for my birthday.
How does he do the whole happy birthday thing on Cameo? Because he doesn't really talk. Does he just jive happy birthday song to you or something?
It's the non-copyrighted version of the happy birthday song.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to play it yourself, and he just kind of moves his head to the beat. He doesn't even provide you with the music.
Yeah, he's not even doing any work. You're paying him.
You have to provide the music for which he bobs to. That's real good. That's funny.
I mean, isn't that the truth? You provided him the headphones so he could bob along to it.
Man.
I'm never going to see those again.
Upon reaching the port village, King Tibber bounds in for a final farewell. He spats out that most all of the flays have been taken care of, and that soon it will be time for the Frodes to return to the Feywild for a long sleep. Ever so happy to finally have a full belly, the Frode King laps up the three adventurers in a slimy tongue hug, then leaps off into the hills. The Saffron Citrine catches the setting sun as it arrives in Mogeet. The chime of the Apostleship is heard on arrival, and Amelia heads down the dock with Timothy, Flowerkraut, and Sherman to greet the proctor, Caliphran. Amelia explains the events on Praxel and the connection the three have with Miriam. The revelation brings Caliphran to tears as his holy symbol faintly glows when held up to them. Eager to get the word out, the proctor tells them that he'd like to sail for Stella Maris, but knowing full well that such exposure could bring unwanted attention, Flowerkraut instead asks that they handle the crises of Archipelagia with discretion. Caliphran agrees, admitting that he may have gotten ahead of himself. With the plans to set off on the Saffron Citrine with the Apostleship, the heroes bid Amelia a heartful farewell. Sherman gives her his PAL pamphlet so that she too can practice the comforting action of there, to all of Praxel. She gives Timothy her Miriam's light, a colorless gem that once shone brightly when she held her connection to her. They tell her to go take care of Lord Galago, and she nods with a smile before setting back for Wallach. The ship leaves in haste, as the dangers threatening Archipelagia could be around any corner. They sail into the night, and Flowerkraut catches Caliphran a little shaken up for where Archipelagia's prime star should be while navigating. She comforts him and points out the now empty spot in the sky. The Citrine passes Rial, an island densely covered in pine trees. Timothy recalls his time there, grateful to now be moving away on a capable ship. He looks down into the sea as he perches on some of the rigging nested on the front of the ship, and notices that the stars are no longer reflecting off the water's surface. He turns to look and notices, far behind the Saffron Citrine, movement cresting the blackened water. Sherman draws his sword and rushes to the stern. Caliphran turns to see what they're all witnessing. The Fracken pursuing them. Sherman grits through his teeth. This isn't going to happen again. This isn't going to happen again. The proctor turns to him. We can get out of this, Sherman. That is the beast that sunk my friends. Caliphran then puts a hand on the paladin's shoulder. Then help us. And that is where we left off.
You forgot to mention the part where we meet Bernice the seagull.
The seagull?
The seagull that was. Is that right?
What happened to you, Beatrice? They turned you into a seagull.
Is that seagull enough?
I don't know, but it sounds like my dog on the other side of the door.
Well, guys, we're going to jump right into this. So it is time to break, battle, and roll initiative.
Scoobity doobity doobity doo.
Joy!
Oh, shit.
All right, let's see. I'm going to roll.
That's a solid 13.
Where the hell's my die?
Well, I regret to inform you guys that the disciples upon the Saffron Citrine have rolled a 3.
Is that a group roll for them?
They get a group roll because they act as a group.
Very cool.
Well, Sherman got an 18 because he is impulsive and ready to do something rash.
So no one can stop him from what he is about to do.
What did Timothy get?
I got a 13.
Okay.
Flowerkraut got an 11.
Let's see what the Fracken gets.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh, that frickin' Fracken.
frickin' Fracken. Fracken got a 17.
Not fast enough, Squid Boy. That's not my voice.
I'll get you, Sherman.
I'm gonna roll for Brandon's initiative.
Yeah.
Wherever he is, he's acting on his initiative. I don't care.
What would be the opposite of like a dark version of Brandon's goofy voice?
Oh, like an evil Goofy?
Yeah, like evil Goofy. Is that just
Mickey
Pete?
Mouse.
Does he just sound like Pete?
Pete?
Yes.
Hello
yes.
there, Sherman.
Oh,
Oh.
You know what? I'm gonna roll Caliphran. Actually, Caliphran is part of the crew, so he kind of falls into their joint initiative. All right, so here's how this is gonna work, guys. The Fracken is chasing the Saffron Citrine. It is jetting behind you in the same way that you would imagine a squid to be propelling itself. The water in the area that you have come into is already tainted by the oily, Fracken's presence, essentially. And this is going to begin with keeping your distance from this creature, because at least Sherman is very well aware of what this thing does to ships. You're probably the only one on the ship that has any kind of experience with this happening. So, on the Fracken's turn, well, we'll start with you, Sherman, on your turn, but basically what's going to happen is the Fracken is going to make a speed check. On the crew's turn, they will make a speed check as well. That check is going to be affected by the number of people that are actually working to keep their ship going, and any other actions that are taken by you guys or anybody else to speed the ship up even further. So the way that the ship works is that there are 7 positions for sailing. There's 3 masts on the Saffron Citrine, and there's the helm. Actually, I'm sorry, there's 8 positions. And then there's also the lookout position. So the lookout position is communicating to the helm in terms of where to turn, what you've got ahead of you, evasive maneuvers kind of thing. The masts are all the speed. They're trimming the sails, they're turning the sails, they're working the rigging and everything like that. All of those, everyone who is in those positions, they're all communicating to each other. You guys hear them all, chiming the apostleship speech, the ASL, and that's as long as they are in position, they add +1 to their roll. So the way this works is the Saffron Citrine's initial baseline speed check is a d20 +5. Every person who is adding to that adds a +1 to the roll. So right now you have Caliphran at the helm and 7 other apostleship in those positions. 2 on each mast, 1 in the lookout. Bernice is the one up top looking out. As for you guys, you can make up whatever you want to do. If you want to try to help the ship go, you can get creative with it. If any of the apostleship leave their post, you can try to man their post to add that +1 back into the roll. But it's all up to you as to what you do. There's not a set list of choices that you have during this. So the idea is that if the Saffron Citrine can outrun the Fracken won't catch up. That's a good thing. If the Fracken catches up, then we probably will be seeing more of a combat element to this whole encounter. So, Sherman, we're going to start with you at initiative 18.
okay. So to start out, is there any heavy objects, cannonballs, anything like that I could drop over the back end of the ship?
They have a single cannon on each side of the Citrine. Now, that's a good question because the design of this ship is for speed, not necessarily combat. The Apostleship's purpose is to reach a destination and assist where they can. They're not... This ship in particular, within the fleet, is not designed as like a battleship. There are cannonballs stored on deck. You can go lighten the load. There's all kinds of supplies, but you'll have to be kind of, I guess, decisive on what supplies are worth dumping over the side, and if that's going to really help the ship move faster. The other element that I didn't mention was that, if you remember, the ship is trudging through this oil. It's slowing the ship down. Still moving, but it has slowed down. So what that means is that while the ship is moving through Fracken oil, the speed check for the Saffron Citrine will be a disadvantage. But as long as you have enough people working all of those positions, the plus number that's added to the D20 should stay relatively high.
All right. I have a couple of ideas. So you're saying I wouldn't be able to like spike a cannonball over the edge and like slow or impose some sort of negative if I'm to hit the Fracken with like just a lobbed cannonball. That wouldn't really do anything?
At the distance you are from the Fracken right now, I can tell you that Sherman is pretty confident he would not be able to throw a cannonball that far.
Oh,
and once the cannonball hits the water, it's just going to sink. So that it won't impose any issue to it. However, I'm sorry, not again. Let me mention this as well. The Fracken right now is 3 units behind the ship.
Gotcha. Okay. In my head, it was right behind us.
Well, it's visible for sure, but in terms of mechanics for this fight, if the Fracken beats the speed check of the ship, it will get 1 unit closer. If it doubles it, it will get 2 units closer. Same thing if the ship beats the Fracken, it will gain a unit of distance between you and the Fracken. So I would say that if the Fracken was 1 unit behind you guys, you could chuck a cannonball at it from that distance, from the stern of the ship.
Okay. I'm wondering what to do here. A little out of my element. I'm not usually the one in charge of the riggings or anything like that.
Do you want to like ready an action just in case something goes wrong?
I know that what I need to do is maybe communicate which side of the ship looks less gunky, so that we can maybe veer in the right direction. Other than that, I don't know what else I could do.
Yeah, give me, if that's what you want to do, give me a perception roll. See if you can see how much this radius of oil is affecting the surrounding area.
All right, perception, eh? It's not great. That's a 12.
So yeah, it is hard to tell just how far out it goes. From your vantage point, you see oil as far as you're able to see.
Oof. Alrighty. Is there anything else I would be able to do? Like, I'm not sure. Do we have how many?
That would be a free action to
that would be a free
look
action?
out there.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like Sherman would try to catch a glance. How tall is the crow's nest?
Oh, it is about 40 feet up.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. And Shield of Faith only works on creatures, so I can't like Shield of Faith the front of the ship and cause like a ripple effect to like almost like be like a dodge, not like a, you know how a ship that's made for breaking ice.
Yeah.
Sep kind of splits the ice apart. So I don't think that would work either. So that's a bit tough.
I would allow if you sat there and held the shield that you could pick a segment of the ship to hold the shield over.
Okay.
Like if you wanted to say I want to guard the port side of the ship, you would increase its AC by a certain amount. The ship has an AC of 15 right now, and it has 200 hit points.
Okay. I honestly have no fucking idea what to do. I guess I'm just gonna hold for now.
Okay. Holding your action. It is the Fracken's turn. It is going to make a speed check to see if it can close any distance with you guys. Here we go. All right. This is not... The distance doesn't get covered until the end of the round, but I will tell you that the Fracken rolled an 18.
Okay.
That's an 18 after its modifier, so it actually didn't roll that great. It has a really good modifier. It doesn't have... It's not close enough to do anything to you guys, so all it is just jetting behind you. It is now Timothy's turn.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to try something a little different. And Timothy's been giving out these bardic inspirations, so let's let that trend continue. Timothy's gonna get into a spot on the ship where he can be overheard by Bernice, who you said I think was up in the crow's nest, by Caliphran, who's at the helm, and then one of the people that is on one of the sails.
Okay.
And he is gonna clear his throat and be like, oh, this is gonna have to be a loud one. And he's going to play the song of Faychild to give those three inspiration.
Wow.
And he's like, this needs a little bit of a sea shanty remix, and then he like hopefully can get some of the crewmate involved. And he's just like, from seed and sorrow to bone and marrow, emerald sky, we are of the wild. Under sun or moon, we feel its bloom. Emerald sky, shine on the Fade Child.
Bravo! Love it. Seemingly impossible being on a ship. The vines grow anyway. You see them spiral up the mast all the way up to the crow's nest. You see them kind of wrap not around the wheel itself, but around Caliphran's feet, and he's just kind of shocked at the display of magic. You know, having lost Miriam's power, Caliphran welcomes magical energy fueling their actions. So you said you did it to 3 people. You did it to just one of the disciples, to Bernice
and then to Caliphran.
Okay, awesome. So what I'll do is since each of them have inspiration, I will I'll let you guys decide when we make the roll for their speed how many of those extra D8s, or I'm sorry, D6s, right? That we want to throw into the roll. Up to 3 of them. So that's awesome. Anything else, Timothy?
I think that was my action. And the only other thing I can think of, if Sherman's close enough to hand something off to him, I would give him the last Shermy treat. Because I feel like this might be a good time to have that handy.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, you're close enough to him that you can hand it off.
Sherman, I think this might come in handy. It certainly seemed to do well in the last really bad situation, so here's a Shermy treat for you, buddy.
Oh, what you got right there? Okay, can we go? Can I have it right now?
I mean, yes, you can have it right now if you promise not to jump off the ship. Okay,
Sherman
how about
looks...
this? You have to check in with us before you jump off the ship.
Okay, I promise, I'll do that.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, you've got the Shermy treat. It is Flowerkraut's turn.
Can I just use my held action to eat it?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Let's just cover that, and that'll be my action for this. What does that do again?
You actually roll 4d6, and that's how many temporary hit points you get.
Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's some good ones in there. 17.
17.
All right. Yeah,
All right.
let's fucking go.
I need to ask the barkeep what the heck were in those treats.
All right, so what do I do? I climb? Do I jump on something? Do I go ahead? Well, these things are kind of like spider webs. I mean the rate of rope, but okay. Let's fucking
Are they like catnip to him
He's
too?
just spinning in circles.
His pupils are so dilated. Oh
It's
my
like
gosh.
it's like speed for dogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Break Bell and Roll does not condone the use of speed. Just throwing that out there.
Flowerkraut, you're up next.
Oh, cool. Okay. Let's see. So, I have 3 things in mind, and since I'm not quite sure what would be the most useful, I am remembering that when Sherman was first basically shipwrecked on my island, the little pieces of boat that remained were quite singed. So I am concerned that this thing is getting oil on important parts of the boat. So I am going to check, let's see, how many sides can I check? Just, how close am I to the edge? Am I close to the back edge right now?
Yeah, you're essentially at the stern of the ship right now.
Okay. How much movement would it take for me to look over the back?
You could easily get up there like half your movement.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start with that.
Okay. So you look down, you notice that, the ship sailing through oil, essentially the lower half of the hull is all coated with it.
Great. Yeah, I don't want anything that could set on fire imperative items. I'm wondering if I can shape water to clean some of that out. Kind of move some of that oil away.
So you could shape water to move like oily water away from the ship.
Yeah.
But you probably wouldn't be able to clean it off of the ship because
Okay.
it's oil.
Oh, come on, better
And,
do a power wash. We're going through the drive. We're going through the drive-through car wash.
Yeah, you gotta grab a bottle of Ajax and just start spraying it on there and scrubbing it with the shape water. Yeah, so like shape water, I mean, you could, even if you splash something that's coated in oil with water, it's not gonna pull the oil off.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's the whole oil and water separation
Could
thing.
she go to the front of the ship and do shape water to kind of clear the path for the front of the ship so we're not trudging through it?
Right now, she's at the stern. She's at the back.
Yeah, and also I only have a 5-foot cube. It would be kind of small, right?
Yeah.
For a ship. Dang it. All right. I was gonna thaumaturgy and talk to Caliphran at the helm, so he can have them give us some kind of signal when they need us to swap out.
He's not too far from you, since the helm is pretty far towards the back of the ship.
Oh, I don't even need to thaumaturgy at him. All right, so I'm just gonna. Can I hold an action and then just talk to him?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I am reserving my strength for later. Hey, Proctor.
Yes. And you can
Is there
see that
any
he's
wa-
so focused right now. He's talking to you, but Caliphran's eyes are forward. So we go on.
Oh yeah. All right. Any area you think you might need help with right now?
Oh, just keep an eye on that creature. We will need to make any drastic changes in the direction of the ship.
Okay. Is there any way that your team can signal our team if they need one of us to help out on their end?
He chimes with one of his hands, and they chime back to him, and he says, "They will ring the bell twice if they need any of you to swap in."
All right, you hear that, boys? 2 rings means we need to tag in.
Oh yeah, I'm slowly learning this language of chiming.
So 2 chimes. Like that. I mean, bing, bing, bong.
So there is an actual bell that was rung when the Fracken was spotted, and that's what he's referring to. It won't be a chime that they're using to communicate. It'll just be a ring, 2 rings of the bell. Next up is the disciples. Now, I want to have you guys roll this d20. One of you guys can do that on the dice log. It is going to right now be 2d20 to see what disadvantage ends up with. But the baseline for the ship is a +5, but then you're going to get +1 for everyone being in a position. So that's +8 more. So it's going to be a total of +13. So who wants to roll it on the log?
Do y'all want to roll to see who goes to roll for it?
Sure, let's roll a d20 to see who rolls the d20.
No, it sounds good.
Okay.
Goddamn 11.
I got 13.
12.
Oh, looks like it's
wow.
Sherman. All right, Sherman, I need...
Cool. That means it's my fault.
Yep.
If anything bad happens, we got... Okay, here we go.
2d20 rolls. Well,
Work away on your
roll them.
consciousness.
Okay.
So
wait.
a 3.
Or conscience.
3 plus, you said what, 12?
Plus 13.
Plus 13.
So that is a 16.
Ew, do we have to pre-inspiration?
Use that inspiration.
Okay,
It's
let's
not
drop
just
a
your imagination.
1d6. We need is it meet or beat?
You have to beat it. If you meet it, there won't be any change in the distance between the two.
You said it was 1d6,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll use 1.
I'll roll that one if you don't mind.
Okay, I understand.
I'll take
entirely.
that. I will take this burden from you. 1d6 coming at ya.
Okay.
6!
Oh!
Yeah.
The inspiration of a biscuit.
And you
This
get
is
a
a
biscuit.
well-oiled
And you get a
machine.
biscuit.
So the one random disciple that's working one of the masts, like, just spins around in inspiration and pulls as hard as possible on the trim, and the sail just like catches the perfect wind and the ship pulls forward just a little bit more, and you guys...
I like to imagine the magical vines also just kind of like reach out and help him pull.
Yes, oh yeah, they... Perfect.
Wow.
And you guys are now 4 units from the Fracken. You are you're keeping your distance.
All right.
This is a well-oiled machine, am I right?
Unfortunately, too oiled. We got to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
All right, it is the end of the round. You guys are making, and this is proof. You guys are seeing just how, even with this oil, how fast the ship can go, as the Fracken is just pumping its tentacles to try to keep up, and it's moving slightly into the distance, but still, as you know, it's still giving it's all to try and catch up. Back at the top of the list with Sherman at 18.
All right. I have an idea that really Flowerkraut gave me. Any riggings on the back of the ship, the back end of the ship that I could tie myself to?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is tie myself to some of the riggings and lower myself to the right above the water level and start trying to clean off as much of the oil on the back as I can, because I feel like that would be the first place to get hit if we were to get hit.
Okay, what do you want to use to clean the oil off with?
I would like to use
Summons a spectral chitin.
I can't do that.
You made a
I
mess.
unfortunately don't have one of those.
Can you guys imagine if Chitin showed up and he's just like,
Oil everywhere. There's oil everywhere. Kitchen will take care of this, guys. You deal with the Fracken.
Just the story arc shows up overhead and he bombs out of it.
with his magical mop that he flies around like a broomstick?
I would like to use I have nothing to do this with, really. But
What about my coat? Should I use my reserved action to pass my coat to you?
I don't want to ruin another coat.
Could he just do like a strength check to really like put some elbow grease into this grease?
So, Sherman, you're familiar enough with ships. You've been on plenty of them as a member of PAL and a citizen of Archipelagia, that you know when someone has to scrub the deck, they go and they grab, the stuff from a specific location, and you have an idea you could probably find it over there. So you could grab their bucket and their scrub, and then go tie yourself to the back of the rigging on the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That
Okay.
sounds good.
Are you gonna check in with your team before you leave?
But I'm not jumping off into the water. I'm just lowering myself to do some cleaning.
Someone check the
okay.
knots. Someone check the knots.
I'm gonna check them.
All right, Flowerkraut, I'm guessing that's going to be kind of your action then to make sure that Sherman is securely attached to the ship.
Yeah, what do I roll for that?
We'll get to that on your turn, but ideally, Sherman, you're getting tied. Go ahead, Flowerkraut.
Animal handling.
Yes, because we all know ropes can sometimes be snakes. That's a callback.
No, Timothy, no, that's not correct. That was never correct.
It's correct to me.
Actually, what would you like to roll? Yeah, because I'll take creative suggestion on a skill check to tie a secure knot.
Animal hand. Oh, secure knot. Okay.
Animal handling.
Would that be a sleight of hand?
I'm well trained in tying animals to ropes.
I mean, wasn't that what Sherman had to roll with the fucking horse? Jive horse?
Well, yeah.
When he was using reins on it?
I mean, to
So these are
drive
just
the
reins
horse.
on top of Sherman's just hanging off by a leash. Hopefully it's a shoulder harness at least.
And don't mind me,
Yeah, he's just
Sherman. I'm just
choking
gonna
to
put a
death
little
while scrubbing
saddle
the back
on
of
you.
the ship.
I can't just
I'm putting a saddle on you. Don't worry about it.
We laugh, but we're all gonna die.
What about
I'm-
survival? How does survival sound?
Yeah, survival would be perfect. That's probably the more ideal skill to use for those kind of things.
Beautiful.
Give me a survival check.
Okay. What's that?
22!
22!
Nat 20?
Nat 20!
Oh, I feel so secure.
Sherman's completely wrapped like a mummy in rope.
Oh, sorry. Here.
His AC is
I got a
higher.
little bit overzealous.
She swirls the rope around him, latches a knot, and then kicks him off the ship. He's just dangling there.
Hey!
Whee!
I didn't know Adam.
And I put a saddle
I didn't
on
know
him.
Adam Crack was on this ship.
Oh,
Crack.
That might be a reference no one else gets.
the whip guy from the Renaissance
There we
Festival,
go.
right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, you are secure as you could possibly be, Sherman.
Wink.
Both physically, metaphysically, emotionally, whatever have you, you're secured.
Thank you, Flowerkraut.
I mean, this rope is like a comfort blanket on you. It is. It just feels so good. It's so comforting.
I put your thunder shirt on just in case.
All right, so Sherman, you hop down, or you climb down the back of the ship with the rope attached. You've got the bucket in your mouth. You get down there and you begin to scrub off of this oil. And I'll have you give me an athletics check to see how much of that you can get off.
Okay, we have a lot of experience cleaning things in PAL and in the foster program, so hopefully this is really good. You know what? That's not terrible. That's a 21.
That's a 21.
I'm good
Wow.
at cleaning.
All right, you are successfully getting this oil off of the back of the ship.
Usually I do it with my mouth.
All right, it is the Fracken's turn. Fracken is going to make a speed check.
He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to.
Oh my gosh, the Fracken rolled a 29 this time.
That's rude.
Ooh. That's gonna be ooh.
it saw a little piece of bait tumble off the ship and
That's
start
right.
cleaning.
Nummy
It's
num.
okay. It's okay. It's only gonna get one spot closer potentially.
It is, of course, too far away to do anything, so moving on to Timothy.
In terms of how far away it is, can you tell me in feet how far away it is?
I would say that every unit is probably about 60 feet.
Aha!
So
Then
it's like
nothing
it's
I
like
can
very
do
far.
in that way. Okay.
it's
so
like 240 feet behind you guys right now.
Instead, I just want to give my blessing to all of my wonderful friends, and I will
Aw.
cast bless.
All right, so you're running to the back of the ship so you can see Sherman.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I lean over the side and I'm like, dang, that's some good rigging.
I feel so secure, yet so insecure.
You got this, buddy.
All right, everyone is #blessed.
Hashtag blast.
And then that adds whenever a target makes an attack or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add that to the roll. Add that number to the roll for an attack or the saving throw.
Nice.
And I think that is concentration.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It is Flowerkraut's turn, but your turn was essentially tying the knot.
Sorry, I think that's 3 people. I don't think I can bless myself, so I will bless.
Oh, you can self-bless.
Can you self bless?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, treat yourself. I feel blessed.
Self-care, Timothy. Flowerkraut, your turn. You are essentially doing the knot thing with Sherman's rope. So that was your action. If you have a bonus action you want to do, you can. Otherwise, that's what you were doing.
Nah, I am admiring my own handiwork and feeling very blessed.
Nice. All right, it is back up to the disciples at the end of the round. So who's gonna roll the 2d20s to see what we get?
I mean, we can split it up, so one rolls one and one rolls the other.
Okay, how about you two both do one?
All right,
Roll off.
Let's do it.
All right, to the death.
I hope you both roll really well.
No!
Oh
No! No! I take it back. Sherman, roll the damn 2020.
Sherman,
not-
Sherman, this is all on you, pal. You got this, boy.
We're
Man.
we're not using any dice on that. We're just gonna fucking
No, D&D Beyond is being rude today. I'm going to use my bard dice from here on out.
Yeah.
Timothy got a 4 and I got a 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is a 17.
I would have rolled my bard dice. I would have gotten an 18. Wow.
How dare. Trust the bard dice.
Yeah.
So 17 is, let's see here.
There is no way we can beat a 29.
Well, no, you definitely don't beat the 29, but he didn't double what you guys.
Would
Yeah.
adding one more of the
2
bardic
paces.
inspirations do anything in this situation, or is it something we should just save?
I think
Even
we
if-
should save them.
Even if you got a
Save.
6, it wouldn't. Yeah, actually, if you got 12 more, you would basically tie.
Okay.
But then you roll two
Is there
two sixes.
okay? So, quick question: is there any way we can reach some sort of end goal before this thing catches up to us, or is it just simply a matter of time?
It is gaining enough distance from the Fracken that it can't catch you, and ideally getting out of this oily segment of the sea that you're stuck in. Because if you guys aren't rolling with disadvantage, it should not be a competition to outrun this thing. You guys have quickly learned.
We just got to figure out a way to get out of this oil.
Yeah,
Somehow.
You guys have
Must have
quickly
laid a
learned
trap.
that this seems to be kind of like the spider method that the Fracken catches its ships. It creates a large area of oil that slows them down, and then it latches on. So essentially, it's trying to do exactly that. However, it has, I guess, not foreseen that this ship is fast. So, all right. So you guys are back to 3 units of distance between you and the Fracken. And we are back at the top of the round with Sherman.
All right. So I'm gonna keep. How's the back of the ship looking with my first scrub job?
You got about half of it done.
All right, I'm gonna try again to try to get the rest of it off. Okay.
So you're like swinging the rope over to the other side.
Yeah, just
catching
like that.
with a foot in the rope, and you're just like almost upside down at this point, holding the bucket with your mouth while you're scrubbing with.
Right there, guy. I'm gonna hold things in my mouth. You know me. Huh?
Swing, swing, swing from this ropey. Scrub, scrub, scrub with the brush.
Timothy's actually up there playing that for.
I like what I picture, and I don't know if this is 100% it, but I picture like a push broom, but instead of like broom bristles, it has like mop bristle, like the mop stuff.
Yeah.
Like the mop threads or cords or whatever. Yeah, exactly like that. So that was we were doing athletics for this, right?
Yep.
All right, don't fail me now. It could have been better. That is 13.
Okay, so you're about 75% done with the back of the ship, getting all the oil off.
Okay.
That's not something he could use bless for, is it? That's just for an attack or a save.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
He's
You got a
scrubbing,
nice-
but man, does he feel good scrubbing.
Oh yeah.
Got a nice spider climb going there, Shermy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I learned it from watching you, even though that's non-canonical.
It's so creepy.
Wait, when did I show you that?
In the past or the future, no one can know.
Just in the ethers of our mind.
The non-canonical nautical.
Oh, why didn't we think of that?
Bravo, sir.
Good job.
All right, it is the Fracken's turn at 17. Here is the speed check.
Come here, you frickin' actually don't go away, you frickin' Fracken.
It's only gaining speed, guys. It just rolled a 31.
Oh my god!
What is it? What is
hold
it
on.
adding to its roll?
I asked for a
has-
13, and you rolled a 31.
It just flipped the numbers. Yeah,
You probably can't tell us, but that's fine. That's fine.
It has a very similar bonus, but not quite as much as the as a fully operational Saffron Citrine.
So now it's technically two spaces from us, right?
This will give it away. I just rolled a nat 20. So
Oh,
Got it. That's cool.
okay.
So good.
I
I'm happy
got
for you,
you.
really.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a 31. And it is Timothy's turn.
So, repeat of the question. That means it's only two of the spaces away from us, correct?
Not yet.
It is currently 3. At the end of the round, we
Oh,
move
it's at
the
3.
distance.
Okay.
Yep.
So in the next round, that means it'll be in target for things for spell casting that's up to 60 feet, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, so each unit's 60 feet. So if it's one unit
gotcha.
behind you guys,
Shoot,
it'll be
okay.
60 feet. Yep.
Okay. All right. Follow-up question, and
Yep.
we can cut this if it makes no sense. Follow-up question. When we saw all the hags on the island, did we get any sort of inkling, no pun intended, to which one of them commanded this Fracken?
It seemed to you guys that Laminaria was the one that commanded this Fracken.
Okay.
that makes
Where's
sense.
your mommy?
Oh, can we taunt it?
I was thinking, does it know that Laminaria is gone now? And would it make sense to impersonate her voice and tell it to go away?
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Or would that just piss it off more because it knows she's dead?
Oh my god, I could disguise myself as her.
And then I can talk as if it's coming from you.
Oh my god, yes.
Because I can impersonate her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I've run out
do
of
it.
things to do. I've given all the buffs I've got.
Do it.
I live in the briny deep.
Flowerkraut's like, I meant tiny deep. Bam!
Ass clap.
Oh man, you better be ready for my ass clap attack.
Okay, so I will hold action so Flowerkraut can shapeshift. I'll get
my
behind
God.
her and then project my voice and do mimicry to sound
Okay,
like Laminaria.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Tell me your plan. Get Flowerkraut in on this. She did not think of it.
Flowerkraut,
Yeah.
I think this might be crazy. This might be the terms of top 5 crazy things we've done. This might be at the top, but I'm thinking we pull off a little show for the Fracken.
Oh.
You can shapeshift to look like Laminaria, and I can use my mimicry skills. And if this thing doesn't know that she's no longer around or is easily fooled, we can do sort of a puppet show where you're the puppet and I'm giving the voice.
Oh my God. I love it. Yes.
All right, let's do this.
All right. I'm freaking ready to try anything.
All right. So Timothy, you're holding your action. It is
Timothy's in the corner like, me. Gotta get in character. Get into character, man. Come on, you can do this.
Grimier.
Freaking performance of the lifetime.
Nastier. Just freaking nasty.
I'm gonna get nasty.
Oh.
You got it. You got it.
Is everything going up okay there?
Everything's fine, Sherman. You're a very good boy.
Timothy, Flowerkraut, I think we didn't defeat Laminaria. I think she's boarded the ship.
Oh, this is gonna wreck my throat later. I'm gonna need a lozenge, some honey, and tea.
All right, then Flowerkraut, you're up. You are going to disguise self.
I am transforming into the beautifully revolting Laminaria. Bling.
All right. You bling, you sprout seaweed hair. I want you to give...
I mean, okay, so I don't know if this thing's watching. Maybe I do a little bit of like the elevator move where I hide behind.
All right, so we get the rigging
edge of the
department
ship
and they
and then-
wrap a rope around her and they pull her up into the sky. This is a full-on Wicked production.
Yes.
Just
All
like,
right, producer,
hi.
we're gonna need some lights. Rigging team, we're gonna need her suspended in the air right now.
All right, one of the disciples breaks from their position, wraps you up.
Yes.
And go.
All right, so
right.
you disguise yourself, and Timothy, you're using mimic voice. Both of you need to roll a deception check.
Do I get any sort of advantages for mimicry? Can I do performance instead?
I will totally allow that. But for Flowerkraut, disguise self is specifically a deception.
Do I roll?
You got
do I
it.
roll my bard dice or do I roll D&D Beyond dice? Oh, I'm gonna do the bard dice. Woo!
Okay.
Here we go. 22 with my plus 6
All right.
for performance.
I think I'm gonna go grab my special die too.
Okay.
That was so close to a 6,
And
but
while-
it was a 16. Oh,
And
God.
while she's doing that, Timothy, I want you to think about what you're going to say.
All right. Bated breath. All right. 13 plus my 5 deception is 18.
Okay, so
Oh!
So the way this is working is essentially you guys were using your individual skills as an advantage roll on the deception check. So the 22 is what we're going off of. And Timothy, what are you mimicking to be coming from Flowerkraut as she stands up on the stern of the ship?
Ah, yes, my beautiful Fracken.
Do not concern yourself with the ship. I am aboard, going to the next island for which we will claim as our own. Cease your attack at once, my beautiful Fracken. Go and cause chaos elsewhere in our name.
I fucking love that.
I love it too. At least, like, Flower, you're like having to keep up with what he's saying and like gesturing to it and everything.
Yeah, maybe that's why I rolled slightly lower, is because I'm trying to do the mouth movements and the gestures.
As I'm doing this, I just minor illusion a lip sync.
I'm just picturing when the audio is like half a frame off from the video. And you're like, damn it, it's too close and I can't fix it either way.
Like when he does the cackling laugh, like Flowerkraut suddenly has to like roll back her head all of a sudden to laugh. She's like, oh, we're laughing
and
now.
then she starts actually laughing.
Yeah. All right, we're going to make a insight check for the Fracken.
Oh my god, this is so crazy. This thing better be dumb. It's a fish.
Well, we're a bird and a dog. What does that say about us?
Well, it has a amazing wisdom bonus, but it rolled a 3 on the die.
Yeah.
So,
No, man, no!
What happens?
so the Fracken like kind of jolts off to the side, and you think, I mean, is it not pursuing you anymore? You're not really quite sure. It doesn't have like a facial expression to like cue you guys as to what kind of reaction it's giving to the voice.
I'm just looking at the script. Line, Fracken, line! I need to see your emotions!
However, it's still like, it's not giving, I mean, it's not stopping. It's just like moving off to the side for a second.
We've given it pause to concern itself.
It's, yeah, like it looks...
We give the Fracken a conniption.
It looks confused because it moves to one side and then it moves to the other side. It like gets back behind the ship for a second, then it like it doesn't seem like it knows what it's supposed to do right now.
It has its little fin brakes. Like,
the crew is still sailing as fast as they can. So I need you guys to do another 2d20 rolls for disadvantage, and we'll add 13 to it because everyone's still in their position.
all right, well, I'm not frickin' rolling that again.
I guess it's my turn, so I'll take the brunt on this one. Wait, are we still trying to beat a 31?
Yeah.
Do you want to roll both? Oh, never mind.
I did.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
So that was an 11.
11 plus our 13, so it's not...
It's not doubled, so you guys are still going pretty fast.
Yeah.
But it does close the distance by 1. It's 2 units. At the end of the round, even though the Fracken doesn't seem like it knows what it's supposed to do for the time being.
Oh, God, I hope this frickin' worked, Timothy.
You guys hear the bell on the ship go off, but it's not 2 rings, it's just 1. You look forward. You look straight ahead, and there is another ship about 2 units ahead of you. Out of the darkness, because you guys are sailing in the twilight, there is a ship directly in front of where the Saffron Citrine is heading. And the bell came from up top where Bernice rang it as the lookout. You guys see this ship. And as the ship is struggling forward, you see that it's the same ship from Adristia.
No.
Oh,
The Black Knight.
The black ship belonging to Sir Lunox. And it has its broadside pointed at you. So, top of the round, Sherman You're on the back of the ship. You look over your shoulder. You see that the Fracken's kind of confused as to what it should do. You hear the bell ring. You hear chimes go off from the Apostleship. You might even hear Timothy or Flowerkraut's reaction to it.
Sherman, you gotta get out here, bud. It's gotten real bad.
Okay. We're almost clean back here. Is it really important?
Yes.
So do I need to do like a climb check or something, or did she like rig me up a whole pulley system with her nat 20 earlier?
Unless someone's actively pulling on you, you need to climb back up, but it's an advantage because you're climbing up literally rope netting.
She somehow made a rope staircase. This is a real good job.
I'm amazing.
All right, so
I'm a multifaceted woman.
I will climb up. I'll climb up with that. You said with advantage, so that's athletics for climbing, right?
Yep.
All right.
Oh wait, can you still do your action of cleaning, but also then do a movement afterwards to climb back up?
Sure.
If you want to use that check as your clean.
Yeah, 25 to clean.
All right, the whole back of the ship is clean of oil.
Okay, now I'll try climbing now.
Okay.
I'll try climbing better now. All right, so with advantage, that's a 20. That's a 20 climb.
Oh,
20 climb check.
Did we say what the first one was? A 23 for the clean check?
It was a 25.
The 25 for the clean check.
25 for a clean check.
Super
oh my
clean.
God.
So fresh and
Super
so clean.
It's got a lemony zest.
So yeah, Sherman, you finish cleaning the back of the ship and you climb back up without any problem. And you see the ship out in front that you're heading straight towards.
Yay! Do I have anything left? Like action-wise?
You have a bonus action and maybe some movement.
All right. I'll use whatever movement I have left to run. Are we banking left or banking right? What's do we only have like one cannon on each side? You said
one cannon on each side. Yep.
All right. So if someone I'll get as close to the cannon. I don't know if we're gonna have to use it, but I'll get close enough so that if we have to bank to one side or the other, I can cast Shield of Faith on whichever side might get shot.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
Okay, sounds good. You do hear Caliphran at the helm going, What now? Who is that? And you guys can see there standing tall on the side of that ship is Sir Lunox.
Oh, frick.
Is he fully armored, or were we able to figure out what he looked like on the first day?
No, he's always been fully armored.
Okay.
Yeah. Proctor, that guy was with the hags that blew up Adristia.
Yeah, he's real bad news.
He eyes you, Flowerkraut. He looks at Timothy, and he kind of like looks down to his holy symbol, and he goes, Then Miriam be with us. And it is the Fracken's turn. However, you guys hear...
Never mind, my Fracken. Attack the other ship. They're really defectors of the Hag Order.
I really think that was convincing.
Salunox has betrayed us. Destroy him.
Timothy throws a stick at the Fracken and be like,
Make my Fracken grow.
Strangers of power. You hear a thaumaturgy volumed voice bellowing from the dark ship ahead of you.
Infernal beast, why have you not caught them yet? Fire!
I'm doing the best I can.
Don't let him talk to you like that. You're a strong, independent, oil Oil Daddy! Oh my God! Why am I like this?
Oil Daddy.
Why?
You don't need no man. Go get him.
Fracken's like,
we're in a dire strait.
I'm a girl. Thank you very much.
I'm not gonna say oil mommy on this stream on the podcast. Slap that
man.
NC-17 on there real quick.
Oil mommy.
I don't need to repeat it.
Okay, so the ship fires its cannons at you. There's 2 of them on the broadside. So they come shooting at Saffron Citrine. We're gonna roll to see if they hit. You notice that they're not, as they fire, they're not standard cannonballs. Timothy, you know what these are.
Damn it, son of a bitch!
This is the same thing that you shot way back when.
Why you gotta remind a fella of this sort of thing?
Okay, so they shoot. Let's see. So they're shooting the front of the ship. And the AC on the ship is 15. Oh, they rolled a 21 on the first cannon. And they, oh my God, they rolled a 23 on the second cannon. Rolling real high. 2 flare balls come flying at the ship. Now, the nice thing is, there's no oil on the ship itself. The Fracken hasn't been able to catch you guys. So these flare balls hit the ship, but still, there's a little bit of fire that's spreading. It's not like engulfing the ship in flames like the PAL ship got, like what happened to the PAL ship, Sherman. So there's some fire on the deck of the ship, and as the flare balls hit, you can hear Sir Lunox's frustration.
What? They aren't covered? Useless animal.
And
are you gonna let him talk to you like that? Have you heard of a mutiny?
It is Timothy's turn now. So the ship, don't get me wrong, the ship is taking a little bit of damage from that. Now let me roll that right now. I did tell you guys the ship had 200 hit points. So each of those flare balls does a little bit of fire damage. So both of them together, the ship takes 18 points of fire damage.
Oof. Okay.
All right, Timothy, what's happening?
Butter my behind and call me a biscuit. We're in trouble.
So you know that Caliphran is going to turn this ship, because if he keeps heading straight, they're going to run right into Sir Lunox's ship. It's just depending on which way he's going to turn is going to be which cannon is going to be available to use, because he's got to get the broadside of the Saffron Citrine lined up with Sir Lunox's ship. So you can grab a cannon and get it prepped for a shot, but you're not going to have a shot to fire it until you're lined up.
I'm thinking
until...
All right, Caliphran, here's our junction. Left or right?
Left or right? Come on, Caliphran, left or right?
Which way to the keyhole?
How come we always go back to Kingdom Hearts?
It's just me. I'm sorry. I always do
we are
this
in
to
the
us.
Pirates of the Caribbean level right now, so it's totally fair. You know what? Timothy's gonna roll up his sleeves like, well, last time I was tricked into doing this. This time it's gonna be intentional. And I go to the other cannon on the other side and start prepping it.
Okay. So which side are you going to, Sherman, port or starboard?
Which side am I going to?
Yeah. Because Timothy's going to the other cannon.
Oh, okay. Which one is the right side?
Starboard.
Okay, that's where I'm going.
Okay. So Sherman goes to the starboard cannon. Timothy goes to port side cannon. You guys begin prepping the cannons. I want you guys to both roll to prime the cannon. Let's do a...
Animal handling. I'm joking.
You know, previous editions of D&D had such like better, I guess, generalized skills that you could do. But like you run into situations like this where you're like, what? I mean, history could work if you like historically have loaded one of these before. Sleight of hand could work.
I would prefer sleight of hand if that's okay. That would help me greatly. Because if it's anything like athletics, I'm not going to be very helpful in this manner.
How heavy are the cannonballs? Cannonballs aren't that heavy.
They're not that heavy, yeah. So you don't need to like heft I mean, you're not having to lift a whole lot to load this thing.
My bones are hollow, man.
So let's go with a sleight of hand check. Sleight of hand just seems like such a narrow skill. Like, oh, you use that for picking pockets and picking locks. You're like, well, does anyone that's not a rogue ever use this? You know, come on.
If it's sleight of hand, I rolled a 12. I get a +4, so that's a 16.
Okay.
And I'll find out right now. I have 4.
Oh.
Okay.
I climb all the way in, right? There's not enough room. I can't get to the bottom.
You know, as the ship's moving quick and the water's getting a little choppy, or the oil is causing the ship to shake a bit, you drop a cannonball off the edge of the ship.
Sherman had some leftover oil on his hands from being such a good cleaner.
That's right.
Can I say, like, when that happens, I go, and then can I look around for like a long spool of rope?
Yeah.
Okay, like approximately 120-foot spool of rope, maybe.
Oh, that's a lot of rope.
That's a lot of rope.
I mean, the only rope that long is wrapped up through all of the pulleys on the sails.
So here's what I'm preemptively saying. If we end up turning in this way, I am going to try to King Leonidas a fucking javelin through their sails.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because it's the longest range is 120 feet. But so that's if we turn the other way, then that's fine. But if not,
did you want? So you're wanting to tie a rope to it before you throw it, or are you just going to throw the javelin?
To get it back, maybe. But if not, I'm just going to throw it. You know.
Okay. All right, sounds good. You're going to throw a javelin if they turn to that side. All right, it is Flowerkraut's turn.
Oh boy. Okay. So he used thaumaturgy on us. Does that mean I can use thaumaturgy back?
Eat my whole ass.
I still look like Laminaria. I'm gonna see if this will work on him.
Ooh.
I am going to use thaumaturgy and try and get in view of Sir Lunox.
Okay.
All right.
And what are you gonna say?
Sir Lunox, you fool. Who told you to fire on this boat?
Oh, roll a deception check.
Oakley dokley.
You did, Drill Sergeant?
That was really good, Flowerkraut. You didn't even need me.
Because you told me to, Drill Sergeant?
Oh my
A 20. 15 plus 5.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh. Right.
If he's strong, maybe he's dumb.
The student has become the master. I'm so proud.
It helps that I'm also an old lady like her. I already have the nasty voice.
So I was fully expecting him to also just be like, what the fuck?
Okay.
But he rolled a 21.
Shit.
He literally has 17 on the dice. Plus 4. And he bellows out.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
And then you see him turn and kind of start giving instructions to the crew on his ship that you can't really see very well in the darkness. His ship is like barely visible. There aren't even any lights on his ship to, that's why it took so long for Bernice to even see it. But you can tell that he saw through what was going on.
Oh, fuck. I'm apparently not as good as you are, Timothy. Oh my god.
He's just a critic. You don't need to listen to him. This show's gonna do well, all right? We'll be a hit with the general audience.
He's a Laminaria hater.
Yeah, don't worry about his rotten tomatoes. Let him throw them.
All right, guys. So it is the disciples' turn, and they're going to. Caliphran's going to turn the ship based off of what Bernice says to do, and so you can hear her communicating from up in the crow's nest. And if you guys looked forward and you look at Sir Lunox's ship, the broadsides point at you. The bow of his ship, the front, is pointed to the left. So the most strategic thing to do would be to turn your ship and go behind Sir Lunox's ship. So you're going to turn to the right, which means that the port side is going to line up with his ship, which is where Timothy is with a loaded cannon. So I need you guys to roll another 2d20s, see what kind of speed check we get.
A Flower Timmy combo?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Nat 20.
bitch.
Oh, wow.
Nat 20.
Oh my god!
Two.
I'm taking a picture of this right now.
Me too.
Disadvantage.
It is
Oh my
5:12 p.m. There it is.
I'm taking a picture.
2.
Oh my
Natty
god!
Batty 20s.
A nat 20 disadvantage roll.
It's 5:12 p.m. I took that picture. Got the little clock down at the bottom. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Holy shit. Oh my gosh. With the precision that only you could imagine the Apostleship could pull off. The Saffron Citrine cuts to the right and lines up the cannon perfectly with Sir Lunox's ship. Timothy Biscuit, I need you to make a ranged attack, which should be basically the same roll you would make with a dagger. So it'd be a d20 plus dex plus proficiency. So I think that's a +5.
Sorry, I'm so hyped right now. Holy shit. All right.
No, plus 4 to hit.
Okay, my dexterity is +2.
Yep.
So
it
just a
should be
D20 +4?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, there's no way to do anything remotely as cool as that. I'm going to roll a 1 here. Just you wait. Whoa, no. Okay, 15. So that's 19.
19. Oh man.
Wowie.
So let it be on record that Timothy Biscuit
Time for a little payback.
that Timothy Biscuit has fired 2 cannons during this campaign and he's never missed. You fire the cannonball, it slams into Sir Lunox's ship. I want you to roll 3d10 damage.
3d10s? Oh my.
3d10s.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Here we go. 20.
20.
Triple 20s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was a 7,
That's
a 3, and
2D.
a 10, so
That's pretty damn good.
it's not
That's
bad
not
for
bad.
3d10s.
Hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
You see like black splinters, the like ebon wood that this thing is made of, just like explode on the side of their ship as your ship cuts across the back around the stern. And you're making some crazy speed as you're about to literally pass up their ship because you all look down, you see the water, you've reached the end of the Fracken's like pool of oil.
So long, sucker!
Sir Lunox, like, looks so mad right now. You see he runs over to the edge of his ship as he's seeing you guys sailing past. He looks over, he curses at the Fracken, and then he turns back to you, and you hear him say,
Stop them, my hounds! Bring me the forgotten motes of Miriam's heart!
and these 3 creatures fly off of his ship. Not bound, not jump, fly. And as you guys are passing them up, they get closer and they look like huge dogs that are literally running in the sky.
So, did he quite literally just let loose the dogs of war?
He did. These things beeline between his ship and yours and kind of do the whole thing where they fly right to where your ship is going. So they cut the distance, and they are essentially hovering over the Saffron Citrine. Big ass dogs. As the Saffron Citrine is passing up Sir Lunox's ship, there's some confusion on his ship as they're trying to Timothy's shot sent him off course a little bit. It actually knocked him to be pointed back the way you guys came from. And you can hear Sir Lunox in the distance, cursing at the Fracken for failing. And you guys are now having to deal with these things on your ship. So, yes. So we are at the top of the round. Sherman, you're at 18. These creatures are kind of hovering above the deck of the ship. Now, at this point, Caliphran is issuing orders to the Apostleship where they're going to have to split their duties because you guys want to keep the speed. You want to get away from Sir Lunox, from the Fracken, whatever the Fracken's thinking right now. Apparently, Sir Lunox is trying to get the creature to, shake its confusion, but you also want to fend these creatures off. So, some of the disciples are going to break away, and they're going to start helping you guys with these creatures. Sherman, what are you doing?
How high in the air are these creatures?
They are hovering about 5 feet off the ground.
Oh, so time to throw hands is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're capable of flying anywhere they want to go, but they're getting in position to attack, and they seem to have orders for the 3 of you.
Oh yeah, they were coming to get us. That's right. Well, I'm coming to get them. I'm going to climb out of the cannon. I wasn't actually inside the cannon. We realized I just dropped the cannonball over.
He got
the
his
side.
head stuck somehow. He got that dog energy.
How far away on the ship am I able to close distance easily?
Oh, one of them has already closed its distance with you.
Okay.
It looks like the 3 are going after each of you individually.
Okay. So the one that is trying to square up with me, I'm going to square up with it.
So positioning wise, Timothy and Sherman, you guys are next to the cannons on the sides of the center of the ship on each side. Flowerkraut, you are on the front of the ship because you were just talking to Sir Lunox. These 3 hounds are basically coming at the 3 of you.
Okay, perfect. So the one that's coming for me, I am going to brandish my silver longsword and give it a big ol' slap.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Don't fail me now. I said, don't fail me now. That's a 10. Don't think that's going to do it.
That's a miss. It kind of just floats to the side as you swing at it.
All right,
And growls.
All right, as a bonus action, I am going to shoot my Shield of Faith over onto Flowerkraut because I know she has the lowest AC out of all of us.
Also, don't forget, Bless, you can add that D4 to attack.
Okay, let's try adding a D4 and you can, we'll at least learn something. 12.
All right, that's still a miss.
Gotta beat a 12, everybody. It's gotta be better than that.
So, point of meta information. Flowerkraut's AC is 14 now that she's got Baba Yaga's cloak. And Timothy's still sporting a 13 with his leather
shit,
armor.
then I'll swap that. Yeah, let's go Timothy instead.
Yeah, I've got something up my sleeve anyway, Sherman.
All right, perfect. So
yeah, thank you though. I appreciate the thought.
Timothy, I'm gonna cast Dogic Inspiration on you.
I'm sorry, what?
Barkic Inspiration. All right, so that's concentration. You have an +2 to AC as long as I keep that up.
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, ow!
Yeah!
All right.
All right, square up.
It is the beast's turn. All right, so they're all going to they all howl. It's funny that you guys were just doing that because they all howl.
we started the howl.
If they howl, my howl goes from
the
a howl
chain
to
reaction.
They all
Sherman just starts howling with them.
They all use an ability called Baleful Baying. Everyone who can hear them, which is everyone on the ship, has to make a wisdom saving throw, or you're frightened until the end of the hound's next turn.
Suck it!
You can't be frightened?
If I have the heroism spell, right? Oh, wait, we decided it was altered from that.
It's just
it's
just
hit points.
Okay,
temp
never mind.
We can
Then
add
I
the D4 to the saving throw too,
You
right?
can add the D4 to the saving throw.
What was the saving throw again?
So it's a wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to be making some saving throws for everybody on the ship.
Balls and balls.
All right, I need that D4. I'm gonna find the D4.
All right, I got 10 with my D4.
That's 15, and then with the D4.
So a 17 for Timothy, a 10 for Sherman, and Flowerkraut has an 8 so far. What's the D12 or D4 say?
I got 3 added to the 8, so 11.
Okay, Sherman and Flowerkraut, you both are frightened. Timothy, you pass.
Somehow. the one person that probably shouldn't have passed, character-wise.
Well, Caliphran rolled a 19 on his die. He's not afraid. I'm going to roll for the rest of the crew. Ooh, this isn't looking good.
All right, sea dogs, get those sea dogs.
Okay, so what happens is all of the disciples, except for 3 of them, failed to save. They all are magically scared out of their mind at these things.
So Bernice is one of the ones that passed, though, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, she's one of the passed.
I mean, seagulls can't be afraid.
Caliphran passed by a ton. He's got like a 24 on his check. So, as being frightened in this game, here's what happens. You're frightened until the end of its next turn, and that was their action for this turn. So, they don't do anything beyond that. But as being frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to the source of the fear. So this came up in the other game that I run, is that there's a difference between fear and being frightened. Fear is the kind of effect that happens with some spells, like what you have, Timothy, the
Dissonant Whispers?
Dissonant Whispers, yeah. Where it makes them run away from you. This doesn't make you run away. It just gives you a disadvantage on anything you do, and you cannot move closer to them. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to move further away from them. So the thing is, though, is that it's also going to keep the disciples who are scared. They're having a lot more trouble, like controlling the ship or helping move the ship during this time. But we'll handle that when it gets to their turn. So that was the hounds. They all just howled at all of you. It is now Timothy's turn. You are not frightened.
Okay. Question for you, because they are frightened, would I be able to counteract that spell casting by casting heroism onto a frightened target?
So
it means that a creature would be immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to my spell casting modifier.
yes, you could. You would immediately end the frighten once you cast it on them. However, it's concentration, so you'll lose bless.
I'd say keep the bless, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's more versatile.
Okay. So I can't cast anything that requires concentration. All right then. You know what? I will then, since we brought it up,
Ooh,
let's do some dissonant whispers.
I've got some questions for Aaron. Two of the crew still have bardic inspiration. Would any of them be able to use that to shake off their frightenedness?
Yes, that's very true. If you guys would like to roll the 2 extra d6,
do it.
I'd say do it. Yeah,
Do it.
Well, I'm sorry. One of the crew had it, and Caliphran had it.
Okay.
Because you gave it to Bernice.
Caliphran, and
to
then one of the people on the rigging.
Yeah. So if you want to roll a d6 for that one extra person, that's totally. Go ahead.
Oh,
A 1.
no.
It wouldn't last forever, y'all.
No. No, unfortunately, that wasn't enough to get them unfrightened.
Oh, there it is.
A 1.
Wah, wah. Oh well.
Okay.
Caliphran still has theirs then for later.
Yeah, he does. Good call out. Okay, so Timothy, you're casting Dissonant Whispers on the one that's in front of you.
Yeah, I'm looking. Vicious Mockery is only 1d4, and I want to do some more damage than that. So I'll cast Dissonant Whispers on the one that's heading towards me.
All right, so it is going to make a Wisdom saving throw against 12. Let me see what their Wisdom looks like. Not really that great. It rolled a 6.
All right. I'm like, play fetch, and I send out a shockwave of musical energy, and like one of the notes just goes flying off in the distance, and I'm like, go after that one.
It's a musical note that looks like a bone.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cast.
All right.
I'm casting this at a 2nd level too.
Okay.
That's 18 damage.
18
Oh my gosh.
All right, you just wreck this thing's brain and it runs away, right? Is that what it has to do?
Yeah, it has to use up its reaction for movement.
Okay.
It must expend. I think it has to expend all of its movement. And I looked this up just to be certain. But if it passes anybody, that does open attacks of opportunity against it. So if he passes Sherman, I think Sherman can just get a free hit on it. But I think Sherman's actually frightened, so I don't know if that'll work.
So it actually just flies straight up because it is getting away from you. So it runs away. It does open you to make an attack of opportunity because it was in your face.
Okay.
So if you want to cut it with your rapier,
I think I'm just gonna cast Vicious Mockery on it.
attack of opportunity's got to be like a physical attack.
Pooper scooper.
I think there's a feat that allows you to cast cantrips as
Yes,
opportunity attacks.
Warcaster.
Yeah.
I will get this warcasting ability if it's the last thing I do. Okay, I'm gonna roll the hit then with my rapier.
Okay.
That's a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right, we know something now. Rolling dammies. A 5.
5 damage. So you did 23 damage to this thing in one turn.
Phew.
It flies like straight off the ship upward to get away from you. 40 feet. it moved real fast. Now, mind you, the ship's still moving, so this thing might have a hard time catching back up with the ship.
Oh.
Okay. I think that's everything for Timothy, right?
Sure is.
All right, Flowerkraut, it's your turn. You are frightened, but that doesn't stop you from taking actions.
Oh, cool. Okay, so the way I want to kind of play this out is that Flowerkraut was kind of okay with the dog, but Brandy frickin' sees it and starts going crazy and is like scratching Flowerkraut and attacking her. And she's like, oh my god, frick!
So is Brandy clawing her way out of the pouch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, shit! Yeah, like alien bursts out of Flowerkraut's like tunic and out of her little Baba Yaga cloak.
Okay.
And it is clawing her, so she's freaked out. But yeah, will it stop me from casting Mirror Image though?
It will not stop you from casting Mirror Image. I mean,
Okay,
essentially,
I'm gonna-
you can be doing that as a fearful reaction. You're just like, oh shit, and then you just
shit!
create images of yourself really fast.
Okay, here comes a bunch of Flowerkrauts as a result.
Okay, cool.
All of them are just shouting, oh fuck! Oh shit! Fuck! Oh shit!
Chad, make sure to overlay her voice again. I loved that so much. Okay, so Mirror Image, it creates, 4 other duplicates? Or 3?
It's 3 extra duplicates.
3 extra duplicates. All right, so there's 4 Flowerkrauts on the front of the ship, and the beast is confused as to which one is you.
Cat's out of the bag.
So you're saying that somebody let the dogs out and the cats out of the bag all in the same fight, right?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
All right, that was Flowerkraut's turn. It is the Disciples' turn, which means the 3 that weren't frightened are going to, well, Caliphran's going to give orders because he sees that this effect has taken on some of the people controlling the ship. So he starts chiming orders to the people that are frightened, but he doesn't want the 3, just the 3, to attack because he needs them to keep this ship sailing fast. So he only gives orders, and you guys can't even tell, and maybe Timothy can kind of tell because Timothy's starting to catch on to the ASL language, but he just tells Bernice to attack these things. And so she jumps out of the crow's nest and comes straight down towards the one in front of Sherman.
Oh.
And you guys witness what it is that defines the apostleship lack of voice, or the reservation of voice. She comes flying down, and you hear her voice as she bellows, and it fuels her strike. And she rolls a 22 to hit this thing from above.
Oh my gosh, I just realized I missed, and then she's like, ah!
She slams into this thing, dealing, and here's the cool part, she doesn't do physical damage to this thing, she does force damage with her punch.
That's
So she
emotional
rolled-
damage.
Emotional. She does 8 damage to the one that's in front of you, Sherman, with the
All
first
right.
hit. She slams it on the head as she's coming down, and then after landing, she then circles around and kicks it like a roundhouse kick. Another bellow coming out of her throat. She rolled a 10 plus 6, that's 16. That is a hit. And she does another 5 damage, so 13 total. And she lands like right next to you, Sherman, kicks this thing, and then she just nods to you.
I nod back.
Caliphran's not going to jump into the fight because he's steering the ship, but he's also communicating with the rest. we need to do a disciple speed check. So
I think that's
you guys
now
need to
on
roll
me again.
You guys do not need to roll a disadvantage. You're no longer in the oil, but the bonus is going to be smaller because there's less people able to control the boat.
Okay.
So give me a d20.
While Dustin preps that, just quick question. Could Bernice have gotten also a attack of opportunity because the dog that was attacking me flew straight up? Can you chain kind of attacks of opportunity, or is it just a one-time thing?
You can chain them. Let's do a luck check on that, Timothy. Why don't you roll a d6? I'll roll a d6. If you're higher, then it went right past the crow's nest.
I'm gonna roll a physical d6 because,
Okay.
again, D&D Beyond not been so nice to me. 4.
I got a 5.
It was worth asking.
So it was worth asking, definitely. So it seems like it flew off and back behind the ship to get away from you with the Dissonant Whispers.
All right. Well, let's try to leave it in the dust.
Yes.
Let's roll that d20. 11.
Okay, 11 plus 5, which is the baseline, so that's 16.
Let's use that last bardic inspiration.
Plus 2, so it's up to 17. So if you want to use the last bardic inspiration, go for it.
Let's
So
pop that in there.
Caliphran's.
Another 1d6 coming at you. 5.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
21. That's good. That is keeping with the speed you guys are going right now. That hound is not going to be able to fly fast enough to keep up with you. So, back up to the top of the round. Sherman at 18.
Timothy, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of this thing, but we've got this one covered. You go help Flowerkraut.
You sure?
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
do it anyway.
Why is his tail wagging all of a sudden? He looks kind of happy for some reason.
Fight, go, fight, win. I'm gonna try to attack it again.
All right, you're rolling with disadvantage since you're frightened.
I have to look cool in front of my friend. I'm rolling at disadvantage. Oh no!
Use that bless my doggy friend.
All right, let's see if I can roll better than that. Nope. All right, so let's use that bless. We know a 12 isn't gonna hit.
Bless this mess.
I'm so flustered.
You roll the d4.
I did. I rolled the d4 and I got a 1, so it's 12 total.
Okay. Yeah. You're flustered. You're not
Oh,
sure if you're
jeez.
afraid of this thing or you're just nervous in front of Bernice.
I've got the yips so bad. Okay. Sounds like you this one's on you. You're doing great. I'm gonna nod at you because I know we're not supposed to talk to each other. Why do I start? Every time Sherman gets flustered, he starts sounding more like Morty.
Oh, gee, Rick.
Oh, gee, Bernice.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that's how we're gonna go about this then.
All right. Sherman, you're still concentrating on the Shield of Faith.
Yes.
And swing and a miss. It is the beast's turn. This beast, because it was able to frighten you, it is going to make an attack. So
I'm good at getting hit.
it straight up comes in for a bite. That is a 19 to hit.
That's just one more than they needed, so good.
All right. It bites you. It's going to do physical damage, which equates right now to 12.
Okay.
But because you're frightened, it does more damage to you.
Rude.
Not that you would know, not that Timothy's ever done this to you, but it essentially is doing the same exact thing like the Dissonant Whispers when it bites you.
Okay.
You take an additional 16 psychic damage.
Fuck a doodle do. Okay, so I'm out of temp, and I take an additional 11. That hurt. Ow.
That's the end of its turn. Because its turn ended, that one specific one, you are no longer frightened. The one that was chasing after Timothy is going to do a full movement of 80 feet to try to catch up with the ship, because I'm pretty sure when does the Dissonant Whispers thing end? It ends immediately, right? It just had to use a reaction to get away.
The
Correct.
target takes half as much damage, blah, 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 deafened creature automatically. Yeah.
So it's never technically frightened. It just had to move immediately to get away.
It has to use whatever movement it can on that turn to get away.
Okay, so this is the way it's going to work for ease. If the ship makes a speed test of 20 or more every turn, that hound will never catch up. It will try, though. So if the ship ever makes a low check, it has a potential to catch up, but we'll see. So the only hound left to do an attack is the one against Flowerkraut. It's going to attack, and we're going to see if it hits you or one of your mirror images.
Did I lose that bonus to my armor because it was a concentration spell and Sherman got hit?
Oh, I have to. Oh shit! Yeah, I've got to roll for that, huh?
Yeah. So you took a total of what? You took.
You said 12 and then 16.
Yes.
Does that count as one or two separate things?
It's all in the same attack, so it counts as one. So that means half of it would be
13.
13.
Right?
Wait, did we
Did
say?
we do good math?
Did we do 12 and 16 is 28, right?
That
so
is definitely
14.
not 13.
14.
14. There we go. All
Okay.
right. Con save coming in.
Can you use bless on that con save?
Doesn't
Yes,
matter.
Never
It
mind.
Won't matter if he rolls a 4.
So
So, Shield of Faith fizzles as he gets bit and mind shaken. So,
Brain
Flowerkraut,
hurty.
let's see. I think you're going to have to roll to see if one of your mirror images gets targeted by this.
Yeah, I have to roll, and I have to I have to do a 6 or higher for the first time.
All right. It's going to attack one of you, so roll to see which one it attacks.
Oh wait, do you have to roll first to see if you do land a hit?
What we'll do is it's gonna go after one of your guys, and you can roll to say it's like we'll say it's attacking one of my clones. If it misses, then your clone doesn't poof.
Okay, got it. 13.
It's going after a clone, and a good thing because it rolled a 25 to hit,
Ear.
and it poofs one of Flowerkraut's mirror images. It doesn't seem very happy about that. It seems a little bit more frustrated. It is the end of the hound's turn. That means it is Timothy's turn.
Since it worked so well the first time. Actually, Sherman, does Sherman need any pick-me-up health-wise?
Technically, no.
Would Sherman like a health pick-me-up?
I think that at present time we should maybe try to help get rid of these dogs.
You got it. All right, so it worked well the first time, so I'm gonna do it again. They asked for an encore. And I strum again and cast Careless Whispers.
Which one are you targeting?
The one that's going after Flowerkraut right now.
Okay. All right, it's going to roll a wisdom check against a 12. It rolled a 12 on the dice, so half damage.
Okay. Wow. 18.
So 9 damage?
Yes.
All right, and it doesn't run away because it succeeded, right?
You're correct. If it succeeds, it doesn't move away.
Okay.
That's still one of the better attacks I can do.
Absolutely. Okay, so that one takes some dammies, and anything else?
That is it for me.
All right, Flowerkraut is up. You are no longer frightened.
Oh yeah, baby. All right, let's see how a hex will do.
Okay. So there's no roll involved, which is great. It just is hex.
Oh, hex!
Oh, hex! All right, so next up is an elderly blast.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say that because you have mirror images out, like normally if you're right up in front of in the face of your enemy and you use the elderly blast, a ranged attack is a disadvantage because it's hard for you to like shoot a bow right in someone's face without them like just getting out of the way of it or moving your bow aside.
Grief.
But
yeah,
because you've got mirror images standing around, it doesn't know where the elderly blast is coming from. So I'm gonna say there's no disadvantage on this roll.
Sweet.
It's kind of giving you the surprise or the element of surprise on which clone's gonna fart for real.
Oh yeah.
All right, so give us that roll.
Okay. Ew.
Oh, you are blessed still.
Oh, I can. Oh, so I can add a D4 to that.
Yep.
All right. 4.
Nice.
16.
4? You hit.
Yes. Okay, so it is 1d10 plus 3. What? I can't fucking see. Wow,
Oh, no.
4 damage. Hooray!
All right, and then roll a d6
then-
for the hex.
For my hex. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
D&D Beyond just fucked me.
Yep. I stopped.
5
I
points.
really had to stop using D&D Beyond because it just
fuck
rolls
you.
so low so often.
It does.
Wow. Wow, hater.
This is going to be one of those fart sound effects. It's like,
Backfires.
Oh, God.
Sometimes when you fart, you may shart.
Oh, God. Hopefully that didn't happen.
okay, so that one's taken a little bit of damage, but not perturbed. And that's the end of Flowerkraut's turn. It is back to the Apostleship. They're no longer frightened. Caliphran orders a few more to join the fight, but also keeps enough on the ship that they're not gonna start falling behind. And he sees that the one hound that ran away is still trying to catch up, and so he wants to keep the ship moving fast to get both away from the Fracken, from Sir Lunox, and this hound. So he orders 3 more of the disciples to join into the fight. Two of them jump down to fight the one that Flowerkraut's got, and then one joins up with Bernice and Sherman. So let me make those attacks really quick. They each get... So here we go. These are the 2 attacks, actually 4 attacks that are going to go against the one on Flowerkraut. Here we go. They all fucking hit.
Oh, nice.
I rolled.
Thanks for the backup.
I rolled an 11, a 15, a 16, and a 17 on the dice. And they each get a +6 to hit. So they all hit. That means they're all going to... That single one is just getting freaking absolutely wrecked. So if I can get
It
a
has like
D8
3 Flowerkrauts too. It looks like 7 people are attacking this one hound.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let me see. That is, I get a +3, so it'll be +12 at the end of this. So that's 14 plus 13 is 27 plus 12 is 39 damage.
Whoa.
And how much damage did that one take already? They destroy this thing. So these 2 extra apostles just run up, and you hear them, "Oh, whatcha, hacha!" I mean, just like their voice is just bellowing as they strike this thing, and you can see that when their fists and their legs hit it, they're not making full contact. You see there's energy that's building up between their fist and where they're hitting, and they just break the bones of this hound, and it just basically disintegrates and goes flying off of the ship.
Oh my gosh.
And now for Bernice and the other one that joined her. They all hit.
Oh.
I haven't rolled less than a 10 for these guys.
Yes, do the combat for me, as I have failed.
Aaron, you've been rolling high for everything, though. It's been insane.
Yeah. So 11 plus 14 is 25, plus an additional 12 for their... that's 37 damage to the one that's on Sherman, which kills that one as well.
Wow.
So literally in sync of each other, you just see all of these flurry of strikes, and it's kind of like this light coming off of their strikes as they're hitting, just pow 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 pow. And it's actually really loud too as they're screaming into their attacks. And the one right next to you, Sherman, just also gets sent off of the boat. Caliphran gives more orders. Let's do a speed check.
Who watched this one?
I'll do one.
Yeah, I'll do the other. That's fine. Or is it?
Well, we just need
Oh
one.
wait,
That's right,
it's
it's just
just one.
one.
Okay, well then it's your turn,
Yep,
Chad.
just
Oh, is
one.
it? Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, it's your
I
turn.
don't want it. All right, here we go. That's a 9.
Okay, so an 18.
And we have no more bardic inspirations. We are fresh out.
You're out of bardic inspirations. The hound latches itself to the back of the ship.
But it's so clean, he just can't. It's so slick.
He slips right off.
So soapy.
Yeah. Oh, poor thing.
The lemony zest is just too overpowering for his sensitive little snoot.
There's two hounds that get destroyed and tossed to the side. This last one catches the stern of the ship. Caliphran looks over his shoulder. He sees it, and he yells out, "One to go." It is Sherman's turn.
So, Sherman looks down at his rope girdle, looks over at Timothy and Flowerkraut, gives a nod, and then makes a beeline full tackle spear off the edge of the ship to knock the thing into the water.
Oh, is this going to be like a shield bash?
Sure. Why
Okay.
not? I was gonna say just a full-on like athletic tackle, but if we want to do a flavor it as a shield bash, sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, like however you want to flavor it. I mean, because you have that ability to just.
Oh man, he's straight up doing a charging star.
I didn't sign off on this.
What is that?
It's one of Captain America's moves in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Okay.
Charging star.
Yeah.
Does he go completely horizontal with the shield out front or something?
I mean, I envisioned it as like a full arm tackle.
Okay.
So I think it would just be like a athletics, right? For like a diving grapple.
Sure. Let's do it. Athletics.
Okay.
And it will roll athletics against you.
Okay. I'm gonna use an actual D20 in physical space for this one. You can hear it, I think. Yeah, a little bit. All right, let's roll it. Oh, okay. Look at that. That's gonna be 25 for that.
Ooh.
A 19 on the die.
This thing, unless it rolls a nat 20, can't compete with that. It only gets a +4. It rolled an 18, so it had a 22. You slam into this thing. You're getting caught by the rope, right? Is that the idea?
Well, the idea is if I go overboard, the rope is there to catch me.
Okay. You slam into this thing. It breaks its grip on the back of the ship. But remember, this thing can fly.
Uh-huh. That's...
So you throw it off the back of the ship. That's for sure. Are you going over the side of the ship?
I'm going over the side of the ship. Can this thing breathe water?
Unknown.
Let's find out. Woo!
Okay.
I didn't sign off on that, Sherman!
So it's a full dive grapple, and the whole line of rope just starts going.
Okay. Okay, so you and this hound go into the water. That rope is coiling away. I'm guessing so Bernice and the other apostle or the disciple that's next to her grab hold of the rope. In case your force like pulls it free of whatever it's tied to. You slam into the water with this thing. Are you like just keeping it under the water?
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine like it's a water ski and I am on top of it.
Okay. So its turn is up next. Okay. You guys are both in the water getting dragged behind the ship. It's going to roll an athletics check to try to break out of your grip. And you need to roll an opposing one.
Okay.
Didn't roll that great.
That's okay. I also didn't roll terribly great. That is a 14.
Oh my god. You rolled one more than it did. It rolled a 13. It can't break out of your grip, and it's just like gulping water at this point. Timothy and Flowerkraut, are you guys doing anything as this is happening? As your turns are up next.
He's rolling strength against it, right?
Yeah, he's rolling athletics to keep it under the water.
Oh, he's rolling athletics. Okay.
Athletics is strength, yeah.
I think Flowerkraut, once her turn comes up, she's gonna like man any area that is needing someone to help keep the speed up.
Okay, yeah, so that's totally cool. You run over to one of the masts that only one person is manning. They usually take two, and you grab hold of the rigging, and you're just trying to like keep in sync with whatever they're doing, right? Because it's essentially what it is that as you're needing to turn the sails or do whatever, it's easier with two people pulling on the ropes than one person.
Yeah.
So you do that, and we'll add +1 to the next speed check.
Sweet.
And Timothy, anything?
So I will go up to the crow's nest, but on my way, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the demon dog that Sherman's holding under the water and be like, "Sure learned the doggy paddle, mate."
Okay, go for it. It just hears like this
Whoa.
jumbled.
Just add 1 psychic damage to it as I
let's see. What does it have to roll?
You have to roll
it has
a hit, right?
Yeah, it rolls a save, I think, against it. Wisdom against a 12. Hold on. It rolled a 10, so I guess it does take a damage.
1 damage.
And then I run up to the crow's nest.
Okay. You climb up to the crow's nest. You take a look. Roll perception for me.
Can do. 19.
Okay. You get up there. Bernice isn't up there. But you see like jutting rocks coming out of the sea straight ahead.
Okay.
Do it! Bank this bitch!
Captain!
Yes, Timothy.
Jutting rocks straight ahead!
He goes, "Thank you," and he starts to turn the wheel.
I do the best. I do some of the ding-a-ling-a-ling, seeing if I can get any close to it.
That's great because you mimic it with your voice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I just open my beak gaping wide, and you just hear like almost there's a music, like I swallowed a music box.
Yeah. He starts to turn the wheel, and that means Sherman and this hound are like banking with the ship. Sherman, or let's do one more speed check because it is their turn at the end of the round. Somebody roll a d20.
That's my turn now. Especially since I'm helping.
That's right.
I got an 18.
Okay, and everyone ran back to the post, but Timothy's actually helping too.
Oh yeah.
So we're back to a full plus 8, so it's a plus 13. So I'm sorry, what did you roll again?
I rolled 18.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys are flying. And Sherman, the turn comes back up to you. The ship is banking, and it looks like you and this hound are heading for these rocks.
Oh no!
So I am going to hold until maybe I have like 3 seconds, and then I'm gonna let go.
Okay. All right, you're banking towards the rocks. I need one more athletics check from you on this.
Oh God.
I think you know what the object of my...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got 21.
Oh, I don't... Oh, it rolled another 13. Seconds before hitting these rocks, you literally drive this hound right into them and swing past the rock as it just explodes into it, and the Saffron Citrine flies away top speed.
Sherman like stabilizes his body, and now he's doing that foot wave riding thing that only really cool not jet ski, what is it called? Only the really cool water skiing people can do. And I'm just holding my arms up. Yeah, and I look and I see the arm and I'm like, ah! And I scream and I drop it into the water.
Oh wait, you should keep that.
Everyone hears this hound's impact on the rocks. Ooh. And they, you see a couple of the Apostleship look over the side to see that you're okay, and you're just back there skiing behind the ship.
What is ooh in Apostleship strike language?
Just a twang. And Caliphran smirks as you guys break away from the Fracken, Sir Lunox, and his hounds. And that is where we will end our episode.
What's up, BB Army? Thank you all so much for listening to today's episode of Break, Battle, and Roll. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed making it. If you can't get enough of Break, Battle, and Roll, be sure to follow our Instagram and Twitter, both at Break, Battle, Roll, or swing by and like the Break, Battle, and Roll Facebook page, where you can mingle with us and other members of the BB Army in between episodes. If you want to keep up with our cast, you can find Chad Stafford on his Instagram and Twitter at It's Chit Chad, as well as his YouTube pages Chit Chad and Chit Chad Plays. Aaron Rollins on Twitter is at AARKUMA, that's Arkuma. Janelle Wilkie on Instagram at janelle.wilkie, that's JANELLE.WILKE. And me, Dustin. Catch me on twitch.tv/thefinaldestination, Instagram and TikTok as at @the_final_destination, and on Twitter at FINL Destination, because Twitter likes short names. We'd like to give a special thank you to our musicians Ben Holland for creating our absolutely shredding theme song. You can find Ben on SoundCloud, and Rory O'Neill for his phenomenal background compositions. You can find Rory as at Trench Roar Fair on Twitter. Gotta love that pun. We'd also like to give a shout out to what we would call our sister podcast, the Roaring D20s podcast. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at RD20s podcast. That's RD, the number 2, the number 0, S podcast. Lastly, if you want to support the show, the best way you can help us right now is to spread the word. Do you have a friend who likes D&D or is way into podcasts? Send them our way. On top of that, the great Googly Moogly has told us that ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts will help share our adventures with more listeners. Again, thank you all so much for listening. Now, where was that delicious fish smell coming from? Uh-oh. Later, BB Army. I've got to get Sherman before he gets into Flowerkraut's mortar and pestle bag again. We will see you all in the next episode.